Hi everyone, Rasa here, and since this is the month of October, let's talk about indie game with monsters in it.
In this one?
Not that monster.
Or this one?
Rasa, that is a xenomorph. That is not considered a monster, it's an alien.
Okay, this.
I don't know what the hell that thing is. We're talking about the game Khimera Destroy All Monster Girls.
This could be it.
Before I talk any more about this, there's a little bit of a controversy when you call it a clone. Most people call it a clone, saying that you are mimicking this. I call games clones not out of insultingment, but more of a way of helping people understand what type of game this is like. So whenever time I call a game a clone of something, it's more of a way of saying to people, if you love this style of game, you might like this style of game. And for this is a clone of Shovel Knight. And if anyone known about Shovel Knight, they all know that it's basically a chimera of these games. So it's actually perfect that our lead character is a chimera, since this is a chimera of a chimera. Really? Difficulty in this game is actually based on you. If you speedrun through this game, the difficulty level will be extremely high, compared to a person who sits by and examines everything will have a more simpler time. Due to the fact that to find hidden power-ups and all that stuff, you have to punch walls. You'll be able to find notebooks, fairies, explosive devices, and the gourmet girl. Collecting all 24 fairies, the fairy queen will reward you with a costume called Berserk Mode, where you basically do more destructive power, but you take more damage. So basically you just became a giant glass cannon.
Collecting notepads will actually give you info on characters and the enemies. But the question is, where's this cat getting all this info?
I got my eyes on you, kitty. I got my eyes on you.
Finding the gourmet girl will actually give you a health boost, because she will give you a large quantity of food.
And that's the heart conditioning because of how much of that food you're going to be eating. Maybe you're part snake because you eat the whole chicken in one gulp.
Finding hidden switches throughout the whole game will actually unlock more levels for you to play throughout the whole game.
Doing the extra stages is not really needed to beat the game. They're more for if you want more power-ups and to fight the hidden boss.
Whatever the hell that thing is.
Next thing.
This game doesn't have a live system. When you die, they have to show the scene of the pirates robbing your dead corpse before you start over again. Replace pirates with Reaper, and now you know how I feel every time you die.
You think it's my fault that I keep dying?
I'm about to die and I won't lose
Maybe
money.
you should stop getting me killed and maybe you'll keep the money.
You're a complete dingus.
Let's just move on to the story before this argument's gonna get stupid.
The story takes place on Monrella Island, a place with mostly populated by Monster Girl.
No offense, if that island was real, there'd be a lot of dirty people going to that island.
Asa will be the first on the island.
No, Dolman will be the first one on the island. You missed me, and Rasa, little help, my neck is stuck.
But trouble has hit the island as pirates have come to rob the place of all of its treasure, and they even took out the sheriff. Is she okay?
Just a flesh wound.
With no hope, she grabs her head and talks to Professor, who at the time is building a maid named Cheselda, and with little changes to her, turns her into a fighting chimera.
I think I heard this premise before.
Your goal throughout the whole game is to beat the pirates and collect all the treasure back for the island, as the first level is more of a tutorial showing you the mechanics of the game, and you even meet the checkpoint Gorgon, who basically tells you helpful stuff and sometimes breaks the fourth wall knowing that she is in a video game. Once you get to a certain area, you have to do a mid-boss battle.
Okay, I'm gonna have to state my opinion on mid-bosses because of the fact that, one, they're completely easy until you get to the final stages, because of here's how you beat a mid-boss super fast with no damage.
All you have to do is stand in the middle and wait for one of the girls to appear from either the left or the right. Once she appears, turn to that direction and dash right into them, stunning them and vanishing. You do that over and over and over and over again until you beat them. And that's how you beat the mid-bosses. And like most style of platform video games, once you get to the end, you begin your boss battle, in which this case, you battle the first pirate, Serpentina.
Her battle is simple. You just either smack her sword back, dash into her, or ground pound her head. After that, the battle's over. Okay, I might as well admit the one thing I didn't like when you beat a boss is the gems and all the treasure spews out of the body, and you have to hurry up and collect it all before you do that victory pose, and you're basically just looking at the money before it vanishes. I wish they would have copied the Shovel Knight approach when you defeat a boss. The money's just added to your system, but you really got much to complain about. Let's get moved back onto the story.
We soon learn this is nothing more than a diversion, as all the other pirates gathered up the treasure and scattered to different points of the island, and Serpentina escaping.
Well, this is the one time I actually seen a snake escape without using their forked tongue.
Also, that is totally racist.
Okay, BB, how is that racist? I don't know if snake girls have forked tongues or not. Do you?
Oh, Rasa! Now that the tutorial is over, you can now pick which stage you want to capture which pirate.
Well, instead of talking about a play-by-play of the stages, I'm going to do a quick talk about the theme of the stage, what I liked about the stage, what I dislike about the stage, and the boss battle. And since this is the month of Halloween, let's move on to the haunted stage. Well, one of the things I like about this level was the fact that our character is going through a Halloween-themed stuff that actually sticks with the theme of spooky. We got zombies, we got jack-o'-lanterns, we got witches throwing potions that explode at ya. We even got ghosts. The worst part of this level is if anyone has ever played Mega Man and know about those vanishing platforms where you have to keep jumping to prevent from falling to your death, they have them too. And also you have to do this over a giant pitfall and spikes. I know a lot of you are suffering from PTSD from this stuff, so BV is going to actually give you an address to where you can have a meeting from this place. Now let's move on to our boss. What's so funny?
Oh my god! What? You never played a game where a mimic was involved?
I'm sorry, I never dealt with a mimic, so I don't get the joke.
You really need to play more video games.
Her battle is actually simple enough to explain, but it looks difficult from how it looks. When she starts causing shockwaves, all you have to do is ground pound on top of her head to prevent getting damage from the shockwaves until she produces a roulette. The roulette will actually cause a massive chain of what could happen. It could be good for you, bad for her, or bad for both. The moment the roulette hits, that is your chance to smack Mimi into the spikes, destroying the box, and then just start wailing on her ass. Do that repeatedly, and there you go. You just beat Mimi the Mimic.
And now for the Mega Man aspect. Every time you beat one of the Monster Girl pirates, you actually acquire a power from them based on their DNA. In this case, from Mimi the Mimic's box DNA, we acquired, wait a minute.
Hold it, everybody. Ask me this question. How can a box have DNA? It's a wooden box. I don't get it. What this?
Rasa, here is my rebuttal.
What do you know? Haven't you heard of suspension of disbelief?
Fine. I'll move on to the power. We get the treasure box, or I like to call it the ultimate shield. The ultimate shield, or I like to call it treasure chest. Its power is simple enough to explain. You don't take any damage when you're in treasure chest form. That is the bright side, but the negativeness is you can't move. So if you're taking a wailing of an attack, you literally have to get out of the shield if you want to punch something. Also, you can use it as a style of an anvil to crush on enemies. Well then, since that's out of the way, let's move on to the next stage. The airship. How did she get on top of the airship?
Oh, the orcs decided to help her out. You should have seen what they did to the last guy.
The bright side about this level is, even though it's in the air, you barely spend that much time in the air. And I mean, like, the bright side about this level is, even though it's in the air, you barely spend that much time in the air. And I mean, like, this level. you only like do this a couple times, and it's really only that scary for me.
Okay, this is the worst part I hate about this level. I had to speed it all up because of how long it took. Simple enough to explain, you have to have massive amount of patience and luck to dodge each and all of those spikes and enemies that are coming at you. And that's not even the worst part of it all. The worst part is when as soon as you make it to the top, you have to fight the enemies, dodge more spikes, and you've even got a gust of wind pushing you back. And let's not forget the mid-boss. And the raging part of this all was the fact that I fell to my death because of the fact I wanted that notebook. And had to start the whole thing over again. BB found a picture exactly of how I feel right now. We now meet the brains of the pirate outfit and the builder of this airship, Amelia the Harpy. I guess she ain't no bird brain.
Oh, come on! Isn't that the worst?
This is for the bad pun, and this is for being racist.
Amelia's battle is more for speed style, and the only way to beat her is either you outspeed her or focus on defense, since the fact that she's going to be jumping around the whole battlefield.
Okay.
Jump around! Jump around! Jump around!
And when she is not jumping around, she's going to be using a style of your dash attack to go through you, or fire her projectile feathers at you. But if you're able to do all that and beat her, congratulations, you won.
Defeating and capturing her will give you which will give you the ability to flight if you didn't have a stone arm. Most of it's just for double jumping. Why do they give us the ability of flight if we can't use it? Now that's over with. Let's move on to the water level at an oil refinery plant. I like to say this, hopefully they do a better job than BP did. Oh, come on. It's better than this movie. What I like about this level is the fact that you don't spend a lot of time underwater. You spend half of it on top of the oil refinery platforms, and the other half underwater. And unlike most platformer games that are focused underwater, you don't have to worry about suffocation of lack of air or massive slow water physics. Though it leads me to questioning, how is she able to breathe underwater and all that stuff? Because she doesn't have any gills, and with a stone arm, able to move so normal-like would be really hard and heavy.
What do you know? Haven't you heard of suspension of disbelief?
Are you going to use that complaint every time I make a logical point to this game?
Yes, I am.
I'll take. Okay, what I hate of this level is the fact of this spiked area. Because of the fact that you need massive amount of timing. Yeah, I know you don't die instantly from the spikes, but they can do a massive amount of damage. And the fact that you have to do it again later on. If you didn't have the Harpy Wings on the second part, you would literally be annoyed a lot. Especially when enemies are coming at you. Let's move on to the boss, Pacifica.
It's pronounced Pacifica.
You're gonna correct my language.
Learn proper English.
I hate you sometimes.
The Battle of Pacifica is actually a little bit more harder since you're underwater, and in her turf, she actually moves faster. And as a projectile weapon she throws at you are those eggs.
Wait a minute. Am I boarding the eggs? Where do these eggs come from? I'm so confused right now.
Move on before your nose bleeds.
Let's just move on.
If you can dodge and hit her fast enough, congratulations, you just beat Pacifica. And your reward, the Mermaid Anchor, which is just an attack for you to hit enemies above you.
An anchor! A bloody anchor? I can understand if it would be like some water move or swimming faster or producing a water projectile, but an anchor, that doesn't make any sense to them.
Stop, Brandon, move on.
Fine. Let's move on to the ice level.
What I like about this whole ice level stage is the fact that even though it's the ice level, you don't actually have to worry about that friction crap to slide you around. And also the fact there's more to this stage than what you think once you get to the halfway point, as it turns into a fire stage.
Fire!
I'm a little bit sorry. I know I screwed it up. I think it could have been either a lava or magma. I always get those two mixed up due to the fact we are inside of a volcano. And
No, the curtains are on fire!
Oh crap! Give us a moment.
10 minutes later.
Stress release candles my ass. So where were we again?
The negative
Okay,
part.
let's get on to the negative.
There are two things that can do an insta-kill. Falling to an endless pit and lava. And in this area where the lava keeps rising up and down, you have to be quick to get to the top for safety, and quickly when it goes to the bottom to get to the other side, or else you're going to be stuck. And make it even more worse is the fact that there are enemies and block walls to be in the way. And the final annoyance is that the way to get out of there is at the way bottom. And now time to begin our battle with...
Pizza slime? Really? How is a pizza slime even existing?
I could explain that one.
Okay, tell me.
1 hour of horrifying learning later.
And that is how a pizza slime is born.
Goodbye, my innocence. I hardly knew ye.
You never had any, Rasa. The battle with Anchovy, yes, that is her name, is actually kind of the weakest of the 4 monster girls. Because of the fact that she suffers from what most people call Spark Mandrum syndrome when you use the dash attack on her. But I do give uniqueness that she tries to fire a pepperoni attack on you, and she makes copies of herself, so you have to find a real one to attack. But once you beat all that, congratulations, you defeated and capture Anchovy.
Okay, how come my fight's anticlimactic while over on the other side of the volcano they're having an epic fight?
Your reward for beating her is called the pepperoni shot, which you charge up an attack and fire pepperoni at your opponent. So basically you got the charge shot from Mega Man.
It kind of feels like I should have grabbed that power-up first. Well, before I go to the pirate ship level, let me talk about all the pirate girls you beat and captured. Even though you captured them, they're not doing the "I will defeat you" revenge! They're actually pretty friendly. Amelia actually wants to have an anime night with you. Anchovy actually acts tough because you're made out of pizza. You have to act tough for the people who love pizza. Pacifica actually wants you to join the pirate group. And Mimi, you learn, has claustrophobia.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! A mimic who's claustrophobic?
Yes, BB, I know, it's funny. Okay, let's move on to the pirate level.
First stage on the ship is more of the hardest part of the level because you're going to need to learn every skills of dodging and hitting your opponents to get through. The only credit I will give it is that they did a better job with the mid-bosses. Adding 2 this time so you can't do the dash function that well.
I'm not going to do any negative to this whole thing because this is the final stage and you're going to know it's going to be tough. So let's just move on to our boss.
Well, this ship has a dance club and the DJ is a cyborg? The fuck?
Rasa, you shot Rasa!
No, I trained them. Let me explain what I have to say. He'll be back up and running once I'm done with this rant. What is with you humans wanting to be androids so much? We don't go around doing the same thing to you people. For how it feels to us is the equivalency of a male going into a female and vice versa. We don't go around saying, we want to be human, we want to be human.
Why do you look human?
Wait, you're supposed to be asleep.
I'm injured, you dick!
Oh, I put a bullet, not a tranquilizer dart. BB, call 911.
The battle with DJ Dorokoro, if I'm going to pronounce it, is more of a speed and a sound-based style fight. Due to the fact that the whole time she's going to be running around while doing dance moves, she really attacks when she fires a sound wave, which can hit you 2 times. One through you, and then bouncing off the wall, hitting you again. If you're able to outspeed her and dodge the attacks, you'll be able to win. Too bad you don't actually get to capture her and use her power. She just escapes, and that ends the level.
It would have been kind of cool to see what kind of power you would have from the DJ. Oh well, let's move on to the boss rush.
How are you still alive?
Oh, simple. Gourmet girl gave me a sandwich just before I died.
Besides forgetting to mention the hard level before the boss rush, all the bosses you fought previously are here. We got Serpentina.
For what happened, I'm taking a guess. Serpentina literally got back to the city, broke open the jail cells, and got all the pirate girls out to do this boss rush.
What was the sheriff doing the whole
He
time?
admits she was sleeping at the time.
Just wow. The only one who actually changed her battle style was actually Serpentina. By adding minions to the battle, she made it more difficult. But all the other But all the other ones, Pacifica, Mimi, Amelia, and Anchovy, is mostly the same boss battle.
What I did like was, after every time you do a boss battle, you can always go back to that kitchen to refill your health and then go back into doing the bosses. But let's focus on the big boss right now, the leader of the pirates. And it's
The final boss is a spider woman.
wow, if Dublin would have seen this, he would have been bolting like the Flash.
And she tied up all of her crewmates for their failures.
Okay, so 2 failures will basically get you tied up, while 1 failure will give you a slap on the wrist. So what does it take to walk the plank?
I think it's the 5th failure.
Okay. Hey ladies, is the blood rushing through your brains right now for all this hanging?
You're given a choice to join a crew or not, but since we're going to be playing it through, I chose no. So let the battle commence. Her battle is more simple, with her just swinging at you, using her sword, firing bombs, and using her gun. But if you fought all the other ones, this fight would be simple. But that's just the first stage. The second stage of the fight, the pirate girls are jumping into this, with each of them using their special tricks while going down on rope, and you have to quickly take them all out. The only bright side is that they all share the same health bar for you to take each of them out. The final battle, which gets the hardest, as you have to stay on platforms while spikes are on the ground, and the captain keeps coming down to attack you, and at the same time dropping lava bombs and firing sparks on you on the side.
Okay, I will admit that the third stage of this is actually really hard, and I died a couple of times. But hey, Cheselda, you owe me a new screen for that one!
With the captain defeated and the pirates are scattered, leaving our 4 girls behind, they're lucky this island's forgiving, because they now have new jobs.
How do I feel about the game? I actually kind of like it. Even though I called it a Shovel Knight clone, it still plays as well. Do I have any flaws? Well, the dash mechanic is a little broken. And also I haven't mentioned the costumes or the little bit of the humor it does with fourth wall breaking and to video games and anime. So at least it knows how to do it properly. And I can't wait to see if they make another game. How much I paid for this game? I actually got this for free on Steam. It's actually enjoyable. You do have to pay $1 for a DLC costume. But for how well this game worked, I say they should deserve that dollar. Stay tuned for the next review where...
Let's go to the next video.
I don't get it. How is that going to give me an answer what I'm reviewing?
You'll find out.
Okay then. This is Rasa signing out.
Thank you for watching our channel. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to watch more videos that we do. Click on the left annotation to see Rasa's previous video, Eversion. Click on the right annotation to see the next video that Rasa will do. If you want to talk to me and see how me and Rasa handles Rasa, go see us on Twitter. Till then.